Hello, this is Pam with Not Done Yet, and it's Friday, March 20th, the first day of spring. I'm happy to be here, and it's the last day of Not Done Yet. I'm switching the channel name. It will now be Old Age Reboot, Find Freedom, Find Yourself. I've chosen that channel name after some discussion with my friends and looking online and thinking a little more about having a channel title that actually reflects my purpose in doing these videos. So that will all happen tomorrow. One thing that doesn't get updated quickly because it has to be done by YouTube is the name change and other graphics and so forth. If you watch the videos on your television, apparently YouTube puts updating those at the bottom of a priority list, so they may or may not ever get changed. But on your phone or other devices, your computer, you should be able to see the new stuff. And there's not a lot of new stuff. The main thing here is the old age reboot. And that's what I've been doing the last few months as the fog has cleared for me of being a person grieving the loss of her life partner. My sister had died just a few months before my husband. Then I got involved in a relationship and that ended. And then my brother died. It's been sort of a hard time. But I'm coming out of that. I'm on the other side, I think, or at least getting really close. And I really understand how fortunate I am to be relatively healthy, to be 78 years old, even in a world that seems like it's falling apart around us. I have more freedom in terms of managing my space, my life, making decisions that fill me up and make sense for me. I can do pretty much anything I want within my own financial limitations. And we all have some limitations. Some have way more than others. But even within the most limited scope, I feel we have more freedom now than we ever did in our lives because there's so many pressures on us at other stages of life. You know, get an education, find a partner, develop a career, raise children, earn enough money, find time for yourself in the middle of all that, but not too much because you've got your elderly parents to take care of, and make sure you have enough money to treat those kids properly and give them the wonderful foundation of their lives. There's just a lot of pressure. The big difference, once you retire, it pretty much means those pressures for most of us, or for many, I will say, are seriously lessened. And as they are lessened, we have more opportunities to reboot, to, as the dictionary says, to produce a distinctly new version of something. That could be ourselves. It could be our bedroom. Redecorating. Another definition is to make a change in order to establish a new beginning. The way I look at rebooting is right now I feel like I've rebooted my life. I'm leaning into the discomfort of exposing myself on a camera to people. And that's a big step. I'm free to do that. And our society and our technological advances, much as we all despise technology, right? At least parts of it. Think of the freedom. We now have the freedom of time, of being able to learn whatever we want to learn, not just what we need to learn to raise children or do our job superbly. We have the freedom to try new things, make videos, do watercolor, go scuba diving. It's endless. So the channel is a place to really motivate all of us, I think, to see the freedom of this stage of our life, to see it as a new old age, and really owning the freedom of being old and understanding the options, and knowing we can reboot. You can reboot every morning when you wake up. In fact, that is natural reboot. And we should be able to take advantage of all the resources out there. And I know many of us have certain limitations and financial limitations, physical limitations, some way more than others. But even in your little scope of freedom, you can make choices and have a view of the world that you never could, or maybe never could, because you were driven to fulfill certain expectations. Now you set the expectations and you decide, and they can change, and you can say, forget that. Anyway, that's the background for switching to Old Age Reboot. Find freedom, find yourself, and that's what I'll be talking about when I make a video. My keywords for both my life and my channel, I have chosen them: authenticity, reflection, and self-care. And so you may not always like what you hear from me, but it'll be real, and it'll be my truth at least, and maybe it'll help you dig deeper or be kinder to yourself as you take advantage of the freedom of aging. That's it for now. Channel name will change tomorrow, and I guess you'll just come along. Not that there's many of us, but there's a few, and we'll all be under Old Age Reboot. See you then. Bye.